it is our first campus of 100. You know, it's a unique thing being in the same city, but there's so many different people to reach, like saying that Kamloops is the city of God.
It's God that does the work. We're just the ones that come along and help God accomplish what He's already trying to do in our community or in wherever we are. Yeah, well, the process for the North Shore building has been, it started early December 2023. But before that, it had been years that we had been searching for property for our North Shore location family. And, you know, we originally approached these particular people, the Gospel Chapel, about potentially that opportunity back in 2019, but they weren't ready. It wasn't the right time. So we were actually, I think, a little discouraged to some degree because there just wasn't a lot of opportunity. The prices of property and everything just kept going through the roof. And then just out of the blue, through one of our team members that kind of sits and helps us out on our advancement committee, came across this opportunity. You know, we were able to, negotiate a price for the purchase, which the Gospel Chapel has been extremely generous with us, and we're so thankful for them. We're so thankful that they had a heart to carry on the legacy of that building in the community. From there, we had to step into coming up with solutions on how to be able to fund it, as well as complete the renovation. So that was another hurdling block that we had to get to. So once we worked through that, then it was like, okay, are we going to be able to, how fast can we get the North Shore people into this building? So I'm hoping that, and I'm going to believe for that, so we can work on having the North Shore people in that building as soon as we possibly can.
I'd say the main thing that I've learned over this whole time is just really that we just can't do it alone. Like the amount of support, the amount of through, whether it's pastoral training or just that practical theological training, like every single part of it. It's like I've had so many people to train me up, raise me up, to come alongside me, like even just in confirming things, whether it's calling or am I actually supposed to be here? Is this the right spot for me? Like having, whether it's Pastor Briar, Pastor Johnny, Pastor Justin, Pastor Joe, it's like all these amazing people that can build me up, be leaders in faith for me. To actually see God move on some of the things that we're doing, seeing some of the fruit, that there is fruit that's coming, that there is, it's not sometimes we can expect, if we're just going off of what we can do, we expect, the worst, or expect, there's nothing I can do, and it's true that we can't really do anything on our own, but seeing God's hand on the things that we're doing, like different, events or different outreaches, that it's still God working on all those things, and nothing like that has changed. There's no decrease in what God's doing. Just over these past few years, I've actually seen it happen where God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. Where looking back in the past few years of wow, I've actually, God has built this up in me, the things that I was praying for, that God has actually, brought an answer to those things, and stepping in, just being willing, being open for, where I feel God is taking me, being able to take a step of faith and seeing how God is just so much more faithful than I could even imagine.
I was invited by a friend to come to the North Shore, and I started going consistently every week, just because it felt like a smaller space. It felt like I was able to have that extra brick of community behind me. I think I stayed just because of the community that was there. At first, not necessarily that I wasn't feeling anything or I wasn't touched by the Spirit, but like, I don't know, it was where I wanted to be. It was where I felt I was drawn to. So I feel like being able to have that community and have those people who I can share this experience with is definitely something. It's definitely a space where I want to be, a space where I want to stay. And yeah, so like I'm going every week. I'm having the time of my life. I know people. I have like people and friends behind me to support me and stuff like that. And then I'm asked to join the setup team, and I'm able to help in that way. I'm able to serve and give back to the church that's given so much to me, which I think is very special.
I feel like it's all just like a snowball effect from here. We can take some of those things that we've learned and really have such a powerful start as we plant the next campus in Merritt, and then whatever's after that.
100 campuses is definitely like, I'm inspired. I want to be able to reach these people. I don't want to have to leave Kamloops knowing that there's people who haven't heard Jesus.